In this video, I'm going to cover Facebook ad tracking. What is actually the problem in the first place? Why does this genuinely really matter to you, both for your understanding of what's happening with the ads and actually if they're working or not? I'm going to talk about some of the solutions that are available currently, some of the apps and the tools and the options, third-party tracking software that I personally like and would recommend to yourself, and how to put it together to actually make sure that you really do know what's going on with your Facebook ads and avoid this common pitfall. This is one of the most common pitfalls that I see within Facebook ads management for newbies to this world, and it gives me a massive advantage as an ads manager with my agency Snowball Creations on executing better campaigns for clients. So this is a really big takeaway that you need to pay attention to.
Now, this is important.
My name is Max Sinclair. I'm founder of Snowball Creations. This is a paid ads agency based in the UK. We work primarily with the US and a bunch of UK clients and others around the world. We have quite a variety of niches. My specialty is experimentation and how to do that well. And so tracking is extremely important when it comes to effective testing, which is really the ultimate golden ticket to success from any form of marketing. So let's dig into it. Firstly, why is it broken? Why does Facebook ads tracking itself not work? The short answer is politics. There's all of this privacy stuff going on with Facebook. There was loads of terrible news stories around Cambridge Analytica and all this kind of stuff. And ever since then, there was the iOS update and lots of other stuff that happened. And this has kind of handicapped Facebook. So in many ways, Facebook it struggles to follow users through the entire journey from Facebook to your website, and then what actually happened between all of that. So you need to know that information to know which were good customers coming through to actually buy things from you or sign up to trials or whatever it is, and who was not good traffic. And then that's going to lead you to make better decisions and get better return on investment. So much less data is following the customer through to your website nowadays because of these changes to iOS and lots of other stuff that went on. This is a really simple explanation. I'm giving you the short answer here. And so you need to try and get around and get more data through this flow. And so there's lots of ways that you can try to do that. The other really important thing is Facebook has limited the attribution window massively. So it used to be that there was a 28-day attribution window on anybody that clicked on your ad and then went and did something. So this is really crucial because ultimately, if you think about it, the attribution window of 7 days in many situations is just way too short.
That's not enough.
One of the best examples of this I give to my clients is we had a gym brand that worked with us, and they were selling items for thousands of pounds, and this was for home gym equipment. So this was a big expensive purchase for somebody for their home, and so generally people take a good amount of time over that. At the very least, what might happen with an attribution window is that someone might go to find and discover this gym brand website. They're really happy with this kit of a stack of weights, etc. But it costs £700. And so, or whatever it might be. And so then when they are choosing or debating this decision, they have to talk to their husband or wife, and they have to wait for payday or whatever the scenario. There's a lot of reasons why people might wait more than 7 days to go ahead and make that purchase. So if you're only looking at 7 days attribution window, 7-day attribution window, all that means is just looking at the past 7 days of data, well then you might miss a lot of those purchases. And in particular with this particular client, nobody went ahead within the first 7 days. This is quite an impressive thing. In this one scenario, it's not normally this extreme, but in this case it was. Nobody went ahead in 7 days. So when we were looking at their Facebook ads analytics, it showed 0 sales. But in fact, we were sending them a huge number of sales. We had a good return on investment. This was actually a happy client doing really well with us, and they stuck with us for a long time. So ultimately, this is a failure within the Facebook ad tracking system, primarily because of the 7-day attribution window. It's 7 days for click and 1 day for view. That's normally what the case is.
That doesn't seem right.
You should have the view, by the way. Some people turn that off, but that's not a good idea. You want to have as much data as possible on conversions as you can. So this is some of the key things that's broken around Facebook ad tracking and why it's extremely important to have a better standard than the Facebook ad tracking interface itself. This is generally assumed. And so there's lots of options here that I'm about to talk about, and these are really important to have at least one of these in place. So I'm going to give you a variety, and then it's your choice on which you want to move forward with. So okay, here's my recommendations. I'm going to give you 4 recommendations on different paths that you might be able to take to improve on your conversion tracking to have a better picture. Number 1, this is the most difficult, but it's technically the most affordable. It's just a lot more effort. You can use Google Analytics. So if you set up UTM parameters, there's a website called I think if you just Google UTM link builder, it's a Google built tool which lets you build these links, and then you can create the campaign, or you can add the campaign information, the source, the medium, etc. And then you tie all of that in to the UTM parameters, URL parameters within Facebook, and then when that traffic comes to your website, if you have Google Analytics properly in place, you then will be able to attribute all of your different purchases and all the rest of it to which campaign, which ad, and all the rest of it. So there is a system built which exists within Google Analytics already, which lets you do that in a really nice, clean way, but it does take a lot more work. You have to understand UTM links, you have to be able to create the proper reports within Google Analytics. But if you do that, Google Analytics is an effective tool for this because you have got much better attribution window of 30, even much longer. And so this solves that problem. And generally speaking, Google Analytics is one of the better ones for capturing a lot more purchase conversion data and attributing it back to Facebook if you set this up properly. But it is a lot more work. I'm not going to go into the details of that because it's a real pain in the ass. Google Analytics though, that's one great option. The others that we have available to us, a few of our favorites anyway. The next one in my list is AnyTrack. So AnyTrack is one that we use on some of our smaller clients because it has a lower cost. So we actually include that cost within our own pricing because it's a relatively minimal cost involved, and it allows for a lot of these kind of key issues to be solved. So it has a much longer attribution window, essentially infinite, and it allows you to see much clearer between Facebook, Google, all your different types of traffic, where the conversions are coming in from, and it basically integrates all of this together. And it does some other smart stuff too, where it sends this extra conversion data back to Facebook, and so it improves the data set that Facebook has on the attribution, or on which ads are creating conversions, etc. So it does some extra stuff that Google Analytics alone does not do, and is worthwhile using. And the costs are relatively moderate. I'll ping up on the monitor on your screen what the cost actually is for a single account. If you work with our agency, that's included within our fee. But yeah, it's a great tool, and it's kind of an entry-level beginner tool, which I'd recommend if you don't have the budget for some of the ones that I'm about to talk about. The next in my list is Triple Whale. So Triple Whale has been around for a while. It is very effective. It does a great job of lots of other very fancy features within it. I won't go into all of them, but lots of things around like really breaking down and A/B testing creatives and seeing it in a really interesting new light within the analytics within Triple Whale. And one of the other cool things about it is it's built especially for Shopify. So if you're an e-commerce store and you're using Shopify, then Triple Whale is quite likely one of your better options, and it's relatively, it's kind of middle ground in terms of cost. It's around, I believe it's around £200 or so. Again, I'll pop it up on screen for a kind of entry-level package, essentially. It's based on the amount of quantity of data that's going through the system, but roughly speaking, the kind of starting point is around £200. So again, if you're spending £500 on ads altogether each month, then 200 is a bit too much, and so you should focus on AnyTrack. But if you have a larger budget, I would recommend looking at Triple Whale. The last one in my list, number 4, is Northbeam. Northbeam is again one of the kind of industry leaders alongside Triple Whale, and it is very good at what it does. It has some really interesting analytics as well around, lifetime value and all this other stuff. It's less specifically Shopify oriented, so you can use it with WordPress or many other platforms. And we like it a lot. It's one of our favorites to use alongside Triple Whale or AnyTrack. These are my 3 favorites. And it does so much interesting stuff. It sends all of that conversion data back to Facebook and all these other things. And it gives you a really clean, frank view in a long attribution window. And especially if you're, for example, like one of our niches that we work with quite a lot is skincare and beauty products. So those, it really matters about lifetime value. So Northbeam and some of these others are very good at following a customer for the entire lifetime of when they're with you. So you might know that you make, break even on the first purchase, but many people come back and buy month and month and month, many more products into the future because they love your brand and they stay with you for a long time. So Northbeam and Triple Whale especially, but also AnyTrack in a simpler way, allow you to see this lifetime value of each of your customers. So I'd highly recommend putting at least one of these tools in place for your business if you are running Facebook ads. If you get stuck with it, please do reach out. We do this for every single client. Essentially, if possible, if their website allows it, we will always have one of these three in place. Occasionally a client might like to use another one. There are other tools, but these are the ones who also have really great customer experience. There's one or two, I'm not going to name them, who have terrible customer experience and are a bit, they're the kind of old dogs of this world. These three though, I really like them. Triple Whale, Northbeam and AnyTrack. I'd recommend them highly. Have a look at their websites, see which one you feel is best suited to your business. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, if this is the kind of video that you enjoy and you find this helpful, please do subscribe. It's been so enjoyable to watch the subscriber base actually grow. So I think we're at like 400, 500 at the moment as I'm filming this. And I'm looking forward to hitting 500, I think will be the record. And otherwise, yeah, we do these every single week. So I will see you in the next one.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.